Welcome into Washington Park Ice Arena. I'm Michael Totis alongside Ray Dickerson III. Between this match between the Missouri Tigers and the Maryville Saints. Puck dropping. We are underway here in Jefferson City. It's going to be Maryville to control. A quick turnover, though. A takeaway from Kyle Setnar sent into the boards. Maryville is able to break it out of their zone quickly. And a quick dump in from Gavin Fry. Quickly hawked down there by the Tigers and escapes into neutral zone. Luke Bresner's trying to chase it down. He will for Missouri. Just a quick shot on goal and an early save for Tyler Montgomery in net from Maryville 30 seconds in.
It's a good opportunity there by the Tigers early on. Good pass to by Bresner across to Walker. Today was senior day, senior night rather, Michael. And three big seniors we'll talk about here later on. But as this game takes ahead, Hewerman will take the draw.
Hewerman wins it for Missouri. Swings it around the boards, but before it is gotten there by Carson Wyatt. Still along those boards. Quick clappers wide from Kyle Kraft. Still maintained by the Tigers. Puck loose back to that left corner. Puck at top of the blue line. Almost escaped into the neutral zone. Held in, and now until it's not. But Missouri able to maintain control. Landon Lewis will sling it up the boards. And Hewerman couldn't exactly control it at center ice. And really broke it in for Maryville. Quick little flip out there from Missouri, and they'll get it out of their zone. Only a minute 20 into this one. Both teams filling each other out as a spill goes into the boards there. Whistle goes. Don't see a sign for a penalty or anything, though. I actually think as the net came off the horns.
Just looked like a big spill there. Sansoni going hard into the boards. Looked to be with number 21, Lincoln Duffy, right on his tail. Like you said, they knocked the net off. I think that kind of caused the trip, and nothing serious there.
Lucas McMillan couldn't win it there for Maryville. Missouri doing good so far early on here on the faceoff circle. Trying to break it out there. Andy Trupiano. For now it is Trupiano just out of the reach of him. Maryville trying to get it in. Texan Sony trying to chase it down for the Tigers there, and he will. Big hit, takes a big hit in the corner, though. We're going to have our first penalty of the game.
Looks like it's going to be Stekiak going to the box here.
It's a minute 45 into this one. The Tigers head to their first man advantage. Tigers power play brought to you by Gumby's Pizza here. Very early into the senior night here for the Tigers, and a good opportunity to grab the first goal.
Power play.
Hopefully the Tigers can get something going on this power play. Past couple weeks when they've been at home, they've come up a little short.
Baker wins the draw for the Tigers. Position to start in the zone on the man advantage. Swings it across. That one deflected up. It's going to stay in the zone. Good shot there from Camden Axe. Puck's in front. Almost lost the footing. Good balance there from JT Baker. Bresner threw it in front. Had a couple bodies, though, but good possession here from the Tigers. That was from the point shot from Max Zagorski.
Last time we seen this D3 team, it was against SLU, I believe, and they look a lot better than in that game, especially this power play.
Shot wide from Bresner, but Missouri almost able to keep it in there before it sneaked out into the neutral zone. 104 remaining in the power play.
We're trying to get him on a quick change.
Good shot from Luke Bresner, but got the pad of Tyler Montgomery. Now Maryville trying to skate it out. Lucas McMillan chasing it in for Maryville. Tigers take it in behind their goalkeeper. Mike Christopher in net for the Tigers tonight.
One of the seniors on senior day.
Senior making his last home start. 30 seconds remaining here in the Tigers power play. Puck along the boards. We have a whistle go.
I think it was a hand pass.
Hand pass to take the puck out of the Maryville end. 26 seconds remaining on the power play. Pretty good possession time, I think, there from the Tigers. Unable to get anything to get past Tyler Montgomery yet.
Some crisp passing early on, which is rather shocking considering this D3 team a couple weeks ago.
That one thrown in front. Unable to get a stick on it, though. Missouri keeps the possession. Thrown in front for Kyle Pratt. Puck loose in front again. Will we get anything to Clapper? Nothing there. Good shot opportunity there for Noah Locke. Penalty's taken down. Got 5 seconds remaining. Locke still with the thrown on net and saved by Montgomery right as the penalty expires. Back to 5-on-5. But overall, pretty good power play there from the Tigers.
Yeah, a lot of offensive zone pressure to start this game early on. Especially you got 16-14 left on the clock. That's how you like to build up pressure to start out a period.
Camden Axe, JT Baker, Kyle Kraft, all opportunities on that power play. Puck still in the Missouri end. Good zone control also from the Tigers early in this one. We're 4 minutes in, crossing the 16-minute mark now. Tigers have it in the neutral zone, and they'll dump it in. Montgomery's going to play it for Maryville. Boards kept in there by Sansoni. Now Maryville's breaking out, and they got a potential 2-on-1 opportunity here. Good defense to get back from Sansoni to stop that shot wide from Maryville. As Caden Whaley with a shot attempt.
Big hit there.
It's the second big hit we've seen out of Maryville. They're definitely bringing the physicality into this one early.
That one was by Crowley on McCabe. Could see the shoulder go straight into the other shoulder, right into the board.
Carson Wyatt's pass just out of the reach there. Puck loose in front. No one home from either team until it escapes out the blue line for Luke Bresner, who's going to just chip it in. In behind Montgomery. Around and out of the zone. Gene Salem's going to track it all the way down, but it's going to be for icing.
Tigers got a couple guys in that have seen some D2 action as well. One of them being Max Zagorski on the defense, number 8. And Kyle Setnar, he's been up for a couple games. Number 18, centering the dot most of the time.
Still in the Tigers zone. Trying to get possession of it. Not been easy for the Saints early in this one to get possession and maintain his puck. Loose in front there. Bresner couldn't get a stick on it. They got possession in the corner. He'll swing it around the boards. Another hit there from Maryville.
JT Baker's been grinding in this shift.
Saints able to break it out, and they'll look to go the other way. Don't really got much going there. Good defense. Take that one into the boards as Chris Pidge on the defense. Shot from the point, and the first save for the senior, Christopher.
It was a big save for the senior on senior night. One of our 3 seniors, we'll talk about him now. Michael Christopher being the first, Chris Pidge the second, and then Charlie Walker, who's unfortunately he's not playing today. He's out with an injury, or else he'd be out there with his fellow boys. Sure, all 3 of these guys want a big win for their last home game.
Definitely playing in front of the home crowd here on a Friday night. It started a little bit early. Puck shot's good for 7:30. It started 15 minutes early or so.
We were expecting a little bit of a 7:30 start time, but hey, 7:15, we'll take it. 7:10, whatever it was.
We'll just take an early start over the latest. That's typical, kind of what you see here.
We've had some late starts this year. They're not as fun. I do like the early start. Threw me off, but we made it.
Face-off won by Missouri in the defensive zone, but a quick turnover and a shot wide. Christopher, who's just going to sprawl back and cover. We'll have another face-off coming in.
A lot of physicality out of the Maryville Saints here early on. Something that I wasn't really expecting, because most of these D3 teams, the physicality ticks up as you go throughout the game, but they're jumping on it right out the gate.
Herman on the face-off for the Tigers. Puck loose. Maryville keep possession in the offensive zone. Chipped in, hawked down by D'Angelo Ferrari along the boards. There before he's met by a pack of Tigers. Saints a chip to try and keep it in. Ferrari is swinging around the boards. It's chipped out of the Tiger end there into the Maryville zone, but it's going to go a little too far for icing for George Nicholson.
It was a good attempt by Mick Nicholson there. He's a little tired, as you can see. This line wanting to get off the ice. Maryville's pinned him in here for about a minute.
Maryville hasn't been able to get a good shot off in the Tigers' end, but they've had the possession here for about the last minute and a half, just continuing to grind face-off after face-off in the offensive end. Good 5-minute stretch there for Missouri to start the game. They're starting to turn in favor. They'll lose the puck there until it's into the loop. Look at the blue line now. It's Lincoln Duffy to take it. They'll put over in the neutral zone. Chipped in, but out of play there.
That one just chipped off a stick there of Zagorski and out of play. Tigers will get a line change off of that as we'll have a neutral ice draw here.
So the Tigers are just glad it's not in their defensive end. Had a few faceoffs in a row there. Faceoffs won by Missouri. Quickly taking it. Savaggi, that one shot on goal saved by Montgomery. Puck still loose. Shot from the blue line is wide there from Landon Lewis. Maryville tried to break it out the other way there from Stesiak, chipping it in for the Saints.
Sansoni trying to go back at these Saints, throwing the body there on the entry.
Trying to meet physicality with more physicality, although you could argue maybe it's not Missouri's game. Maryville trying to change the way, the flow of the game, the way the game is played with their physicality. That one deep in the corner, bad angle shot from Savaggi. Tigers still in possession. That one loose in front, shot wide there. Good opportunity for Andy Trupiano. Maryville take it back the other way. One kind of blocked loose in front. It was a good shot opportunity off the blocked shot. Tigers kind of sprawling there. Shot missed just high. Really good shot there from Colin Johnson from Maryville. Try and get the first goal in this one. Now under 12 minutes remaining in the first period.
It's going to be a power play coming up for the Saints.
It looked like Colin Johnson got laid out pretty well there.
Didn't look intentional as the Tiger was getting up, but he ran right into him and upended him.
Tigers 0 for 1 on their first power play opportunities. The Saints will head to theirs with 11:40 remaining in this first period. Still waiting for the official word from the ref on the penalty.
Looked to be a trip.
That's what it looked like. That's a little weird to be gathering outside. Not sure why the faceoff would take place outside the offensive zone
That's
here.
due to an icing.
Due to the icing, gotcha. Missouri will win the faceoff, but unable to get it out there was Max Zagorski. Trying to keep possession and then finally cleared out of the defensive zone by Ben Hiraman. Maryville having it in their own zone. Ethan Meek looking to break it out for the Saints here. He'll pass it up the wing. To Caden Whaley, who lost it momentarily, and the Tigers will take possession and dump it back in. First 30 and change gone on the power play for Maryville. Turnover there for the Tigers. They're just dumping it in there. Really good defense so far from the Tigers. Maryville not able to do too much, barely able to get even into the neutral zone.
Yeah, they're playing a 1-3 here on the penalty kill as they have Mick Nicholson forechecking a little bit with the defenseman and Kraft back.
Dump and chase for Maryville, able to finally get the puck back into their offensive zone. Turnover there, trying to get it out. It's Camden Axe, he unable to. Colin Johnson at the top drew the penalty.
I think if Maryville's wanting to find anybody, it's Johnson. He's got that hard shot.
Cross-ice pass circle, pass in front, trying to backhand there. Was Danny Leahy unable to get it through. Shot was blocked. Pass attempt tipped there by Camden X. Maryville still able to maintain possession. 26 seconds remaining on the power play. Save there from Christopher. Rebound, second shot save. And a big save from the senior to keep this game at 0. Still not on his feet entirely. Trying to get back up, and now to his feet he does, but he doesn't have a stick. Shot from the point. That one's blocked. In pain. Maybe just got the skate or ankle. Not entirely sure. Put his body on the line there. Blocked that one. 7 seconds remaining in the penalty kill.
Multiple block shots there on that shift for the Tigers. Kyle Kraft taking the last one. Zagorski had a couple other guys were throwing their bodies around. That's what you like to see from this Tigers early on.
Christopher got some fist bumps there from his teammates, making a good save, and then a second save. That went quickly on net, but wide from Colin Hamill. Power play will take down. Well, now officially over. Tigers back 2 even straight, so both teams 0 for 1 on their first power play advantage. Tigers looking to break out. It seemed like the first 5 minutes of this game was heavily in the Maryville end, and the last 5 minutes or so heavily in the Tigers end.
Yeah, and I think the tides might be turning a bit here. The D2 team is cheering on their D3 counterpart. The boys were excited for that penalty kill as Sansoni loses it as it skates.
Back in the end lane, the reverse hit there was Danny Leahy. Try and bring it back into the offense. So let's get the president. He's not able to do too much.
What a hip check by Carson Wyatt. Then gets thrown down after the play, tripping over everybody's stick. The refs aren't going to call anything.
Still back in the defensive zone. So able to get possession somehow in the 2-on-3 in the offensive zone. For getting it back out to the neutral zone. Really physical shift there from the president. Took a hit and tried to come back down the ice and lay one. To the bench now. Cross-ice pass missed from Ledecky. Swinging around the Tiger end boards. Puck battle, and it's won by Landon Lewis. He's going to try and break it up. He's got a pass up the wing and a good stick move in front. Not able to get it to go was Kyle Setnar, and now it's in. The puck is in. It looks like it's going to go to Kyle Setnar. Goal this one, and the Tigers lead 1-0.
Setnar got the puck up, took his shoulder down, drove to the middle, missed on the first opportunity, but buried the second opportunity off the back of the goaltender, Tyler Montgomery, as Mick Nicholson was coming in there hard on him. What a goal for the first goal of this game.
Really good move coming along up those left boards. Just a quick stick move, get around the defender to even get the first shot opportunity and following the shot. Just the rebound, banks it off the goalie. Bank is open early here at Washington Park, and it's 1-0 Tigers. Salem chasing it around for Missouri. Pass in front is intercepted. Maryville threw it in front. Nobody home. Big hit there from Chris Pinch. And ball out for the Tigers. They're saved by Montgomery's covering up. Way out of the crease. Maybe over closer to the corner than his own net.
I think these Tigers early on are feeding off the physicality. They're accepting it, they're wanting it, and they're giving it right back with energy and speed going down the other way.
Maryville taking a little exception after the play. Had a little group discussion there. Maybe Maryville just congratulating.
Maybe they're just
seniors.
wishing them, a happy Merry Christmas, early Merry Christmas. I don't know.
That's
happy
probably
Hanukkah. That's what I would think.
Maybe wishing farewell to all the seniors playing their last game. Chased down deep and a good physical play there.
That's a hold if I ever seen one, and I don't think it's going to get called.
Doesn't look like it. But chipped out there from Savage into Maryville zone to eliminate take position. Saints break it in. Shot on goal. Good save. Martin Christopher. We were talking earlier, Ray, about how the first 5 minutes felt in the Tigers' possession. The next 5 kind of felt a little in Maryville's side. A lot of face-offs down that's been for the Tigers. Then they flipped the script right away. 1-0 with the goal from Setnar. How big is that? Just a momentum shift, kind of. You're kind of sprawling in your defensive end for a little while there, then you're able to get the goal.
I think it all started with that kill and those blocked shots. Kyle Kraft blocking that shot gave the energy and the momentum all to the Tigers, especially late in that kill. Then they killed it off, came back down the other way, found a man streaming up ice, and they buried one.
Saints are humming now in the Tigers' offensive zone. Shot in front and straight into the chest of the senior goaltender, Christopher.
Good shot there by Ferrari. This D2 team riling up the D3 team is beautiful to see. They don't get to see each other play as often. A lot of the times, if the D2 team's here, D3 team's on the road. And if the D3 team's here, the D2 team's on the road. I think that's really got the boys pumped up out there today as well.
Group in along the boards there, right behind Christopher. They gotta like what they're seeing so far. The Tigers lead 1-0 here, approaching the 6.5-minute mark remaining in the first period. Puck stuck along those boards, but finally loose. Tangled up in some skates, and a turnover from Maryville. Puck still loose, and the Tigers got possession now in the offensive zone. Kevin McGrath with that. Maryville will take over. Try and gain possession. Another physical puck battle along the boards. Missouri with possession now. Out over to Lewis, who throws it in front. That one hit the post. I'm not sure how Montgomery really saw it. Close to being a 2-0 game.
I really like this line out there. You got McCabe, a big fella, Hunnicky, who does a lot of hard work, and then Ryland Quick out there with the elite shot. I think that line could do some damage here today.
Stretch past chest out of the reach of Preston. Go on the forecheck, trying to pressure the Saints a little bit at their own end. That was flipped way out of play by the Saints.
Might have went off a stick. I think it's going to stay in the offensive zone for the Tigers.
Looks like it will. The Tigers will have an offensive zone draw coming up here. Still landed. Lewis came close to making this a 2-0 game. Just a quick wrist shot from the point. Found the left post. So the post, the goalie's best friend, was definitely Montgomery's friend there. Now dumped in from Bresner into the corner. Setting our head in front, trying to jam that one in. It's JT Baker. Saints will play it into the neutral zone for his hawk down, taken by Jaden Salem. Stretch pass is got, but it's going to go offside.
Bresner with just an early step there, or else he would have been in all alone.
Really good stretch pass, though. Chris Pitts even had the opportunity.
That one floated around hip waist, too.
A little confusion where this face-off's going. 5:01 remaining here in the first. Goal scored by Kyle Setnar. Give us the 1-0 Tiger lead. Face-off's won by the Saints, but no one home to get possession, so the Tigers will break it out. And a quick dump in from Jordan Nicholson. That one looks like he dumped it in a little past the red line, so we're going to go back down to the Tiger zone for icing. Maryville has come into this game winners of 4 straight. Last game, a 3-2 win over SLU in overtime. The Tigers have faced that same SLU team, a 3-1 and a 6-0 loss, both here at Washington Park Ice Arena earlier this year. Tigers will take possession in their defensive zone. Zaborski has it. It's up to Nicholson to break it out. Herman applying some pressure. Jordan Nicholson taken at the point by Zaborski, throws it on net. Not sure if it got a body before it got to Montgomery, but it goes to the corner. Where it's taken by Nathan Meek of the Saints. Meek will bring it in. Try and throw it in front, trying to find someone in front of Christopher, but Christopher will just cover with the glove.
Colin Amell with a little drive-by snowplow and then a shove. I think the Tigers are going to look at 89 and remember that number later on in this game.
Maryville's probably been the more physical team. I don't think it's a stretch to say that so far in this one. See if the Tigers have.
Has there been a shift where they haven't had a hit?
I don't think so. Good hustle there from Nathan Miller to cut down the icing ball. Ultimately, it's going to be the Saints bringing out his colleague Johnson. Good poke check there. The Tigers throw it into the neutral zone. The dump in by the Saints. Christopher, and he'll hand it to his defenseman Landon Lewis. A lot of neutral zone play early in this one. I think pretty evenly handed by both teams, going both ways. Maryville it's just a little bit. Unable to maintain that was Salvaggi and just kind of throwing it toward the net, and Christopher Hull will face off.
We got 3:14 left on the clock. I think this has been one of the cleanest first periods I've seen this D3 team play. I've been here for a lot of their games, and we've seen some sloppy play early on in most of their first periods. They look sharp tonight, like almost a whole different team compared to the past couple months.
Just the one penalty for the Tigers, and a quick breakout here. It's going to be Gavin McGrath taking it. Quick throw it around. Body goes to the ice. The Tigers still in possession with the ball. Graff in front. Shot is blocked there by Hayden Whaley. Riley Quick got it in the slot, but didn't even get the shot up. Good shot block from the Saints. Take it away. Good shot opportunity there, and they'll take it the other way. Loose into the corner. Shot attempt goes wide. Bring it up top of the key. That one goes wide as well. Momentarily, and a nice stick play there. Puck is in front. Puck still loose, and finally Christopher is able to fall on top of it. But Lincoln Duffy had an 8+ opportunity before Maryville tied this game late in the first period. We've seen both goaltenders make sprawling saves now, well out of the crease so far in this game. D2 team loved it behind them.
Say the shot total there was it looks like we're getting a penalty. After the play, a slash.
Good opportunity for the Tigers. It looks like they're in the offset.
Rylan Quick to the box, and it looks to be D'Angelo Ferrari for the Saints.
4-on-4 here now. It's 2:14 remaining in the period. So basically the rest of this frame. We have 4-on-4 even straight. Quickly hustling toward that puck. Luke Bresnar, he's going to get a good opportunity cutting in front, unable to get a shot off. Kind of similar way that Kyle Sednar scored. Turnover from Maryville though. Got to get onside. Waiting there was Dorsey. Tigers will dump it in. Puck behind the Saints net for Sednar's knocked off of it. Now Saints will take over. Tigers almost treating this like a power play, not really allowing Maryville to do too much and break out. A turnover there. Tigers will go the other way with it. Zadorsky toward the end of his shift.
Good hit there by Bresnar.
Another turnover from Maryville on this 4-on-4. It's felt more like a Tigers power play more than anything. Approaching the 1-minute mark remaining in the first period.
1 minute remaining in the first period.
To the right of Montgomery in the corner. Now Maryville will break it out of their zone. It's going to be Lucas McMillan to bring it in for the Saints. Shot on Christopher, and he'll cover.
Once again, a good save by Christopher on an odd angle. Nothing crazy. Good way to keep him to the outside there by the defense. It was Salem, and I believe that's number 5, Landon Lewis, out there.
Face-off will go to the right of Chris. 45 seconds remaining in this. 30 seconds remaining in both the 4-on-4 penalties. Nice stick and a turnover. That was Kyle Kraft in the stick involved there. That puck was off the skate a lot. Good stick from Kyle Kraft to create the rush opportunity for the Tigers. 12 seconds remaining in both power plays. That one goes off the stick of Jaden Salem and out of place. 9 seconds remain on both penalties. 22 seconds remain in the period.
It's a good play there by Salem. Got the stick in front of the shot. Kept the man to the outside. He could have cut to the middle there if he wanted, or could have tried to burn him to the outside. He chose the shot instead. Good stick there by Salem.
Face-off cleared into the neutral zone. Maryville take possession. About 11 seconds remaining in the period. McMillan going up the boards with it before he stops in the corner. Able to keep possession of it. In behind Christopher. Not much room. Shot right at the buzzer. Not sure if it would have counted, but Christopher makes the save regardless. Tigers will at the frame. Up 1-0 here at Washington Park Ice Arena on senior night against the Maryville Saints. We'll head to intermission here from Michael Jonas alongside Ray Dickerson III. We'll be back for the second period in a little bit. back at Washington Park Ice Arena. Michael Totis, Ray Turkison, the third through the second period of play here. Both teams will flip sides. Missouri taking a 1-0 lead to start this frame. Goal scored by Kyle Setnar. And as we saw commonly throughout the first period, starting play in the neutral zone. Well, we'll get a quick whistle. Just 9 seconds into the frame. And we'll do it again from center ice.
Hey, if that's what they want to do, then they can do that. You know, it's senior night. The Tigers got a lead. Spirits are high.
Spirits are higher than they might normally be with that D2 team. Now they'll be right behind Tyler Montgomery, the goaltender for Maryville. You know, kind of something you'll see in college basketball where second half, that opposing team's shooting right into the home fan section. Might have a little bit of that with Montgomery down in the Saints end, the D2 team right behind him. Puck loose along the boards, right in front of the Maryville bench. Maryville has a shot. That one blocked in front, but Maryville still had possession behind Christopher. Point. Less than a minute, or second period, excuse me, it's a minute in. Puck chipped in behind Christopher. That one's in front, came wide, no goal. No goal. Somehow Ferrari was unable to put it in. Another block shot from the Tigers, and they still can't get it out.
That was a huge save by Christopher. If the post got it, whatever. The Tigers stay up.
Looked like a potential open cage for Ferrari to tie this game at 1 very quickly into the second period. Instead, the senior on senior night, Christopher, maintained strong in net for the Tigers. Tigers will look to return the favor with some offensive ice time of their own. Look up to the point. Now taken by Salem all the way down to the corner before eventually losing it to Ferrari, who whiffs on it, came through the blue paint. Back up to the top, Landon Lewis. That one shot is blocked. Going the other way hard is Saints. He was able to track it down for the Tigers and get possession. Stretch pass it, and a wide open Kyle Kraft. In alone, saved by Montgomery. Big save by the Saints goaltender to keep this a 1-goal game. And we're quickly going back the other way for the Saints.
It's a good opportunity there for Kraft, in all alone. So we'll get a whistle here. Tried to go 5-hole, couldn't get it.
It wasn't the best angle taking it up from the boards for Kraft, but still a golden opportunity trying to extend this Tigers lead. Both goaltenders have made huge saves to keep the score where we're at early in period 2.
You know, I don't think Kraft knew how much room he had behind him. He might have slowed down there and tried to move. Instead, just went for the 5-hole. Usually that's the easy option, the easy go-to. Works often. That time, not. It's all for naught.
It looks like the Tigers are going to head to the power play here.
Kind of hard to tell who's in the box there.
I want to say it's Michael Kreis of the Saints. Looks like 55 in the box. And it is. It's number 55 for the Saints. The Tigers will head to the power play early in period 2. Setnar, the goal scorer, will try and bring it in. Have it shipped along the boards for the Saints. And actually, 3 going the other way. Tigers have to come back and play defense. Setnar is back on. Too many men penalty for the Saints. I say, didn't see anyone fall, any physical thing that may have brought a penalty. Setnar in the corner, he'll throw it back up top. That's Bresner. Back down the Setnar. Still has it in the corner. Bresner back up top. Just a quick wrister and actually got to Montgomery. Not much on it. An easy save and an easy clear for the Saints. Got a minute remaining in the power play.
Baker tried for a little tip there, which I don't mind, but he's a little too close to the goalie for a tip. Maybe if he could have slowed that puck down, kind of threw off the angle and put on a shot, would have been a better opportunity. But the Tigers have 45 seconds to do something in this power play.
Tigers will now bring it up. Puck is loose at the center. Not getting it. One went off Ben Herman just trying to get off the bench for the Tigers. Puck loose in front. That one thrown on Montgomery. Puck still loose, chipped in, blocked again. Maybe 2 block shots there by the Saints, and they get the clear. Puck was loose in front of Montgomery there for a little bit, but unable to get a clean shot on goal. One last rush for the Tigers on this power play. Kraft has it, puck loose. That one taken by Herman. Corey lost it. Now Saint out of the box. May have actually had an opportunity to take that the other way. Stasiak got over the bench a little bit quicker, and instead it's going to be Herman. One-on-one. Got around the defender, but could not get a real good angle on a shot. Tigers will keep the pressure on the shot from the wing. That one goes wide. Herman trying to keep it in for the Tigers, unable to, and the Saints will try and go the other way. Puck behind Christopher, thrown in front. No one home, and it'll go all the way out into the neutral zone. Before being dumped on Christopher. That one from Whaley at center ice. Puck dumped along the boards, cut off by Maryville before Kraft able to get to it. Not able to get possession though. Big hit there, almost a reverse hit. And Stasiak taking a little bite of the ice there. Puck loose for now taking control, going back into the corner. Got 3 Saints in that corner, and the Saints that come up with it. Puck thrown in front, no one home. That one's shot and it's tipped in, and we are tied at 1. Looks like it's going to go to Colin Hamill. He gets the tip in front of Christopher. About 5.5 in to period 2. The Saints knot this game up at 1.
Just a good shot from the boards and an even better tip there by 89 in red and white. Makes this game 1-1. Like I was talking to you off in between the intermission there, Michael, we were talking about things I'd like to see Mizzou tighten up, and it's that front of the net. They've let an ammo get there too many times early in this game, and it bites them there.
See how the Tigers respond, giving up the equalizer here. Still relatively early into period 2. Up toward the blue line. That one thrown toward Montgomery before being blocked. Maryville chipping into the neutral zone. Skorsky going after in the defensive end. Gets a good angle. Before being taken down, this will be a penalty on Maryville, and the Tigers will head to their 3rd power play of the game. Pretty easy call there in the corner. Zagorski got around the defenseman. The defenseman got the stick in as Zagorski skates and took him down.
Yeah, that one was pretty obvious. That was just all stick on skates. Zagorski takes a fall. I don't think the Tigers are going to complain. With 13:47 here left in the second, Tigers are going to have a man advantage.
Mentioned this is their 3rd power play, 0 for 2 previously, and one very early into the second period. Not able to get too much off. That one tipped but wide. That one shot, had a shot, tried to go sharp angle there.
Bresner almost took that top right corner. Just went wide, or else we'd have a 2-1 game.
It was very close to sneaking in that top corner. You know, typically very hard for the goaltender to try and get there. Clean face-off win for the Tigers. Kept up at the blue line. Dumped down. Zagorski calls for it and receives it at the top of the blue line. That one shot high. Blocked into the right corner. Tracked down by Bresner. Puck behind Montgomery. Thrown back to the blue line. Zagorski on it before getting lost and tied up. Maryville's trying to go the other way, and they might have an opportunity here on the disadvantage, and it's just lightly backhanded on Christopher. That one from Caden Whaley.
I don't think that pass was intended to come up to Zagorski there. It was a pass by Setnar trying to go to the middle to JT Baker out in front. Went off the board, though, after it missed him. And Zagorski kind of just got caught off guard. Kind of handcuffed him and back the other way. Good play there by Bresner to take down the angle, though, and help out his goaltender, Christopher.
So he's going to go down. Montgomery's going to come way out of his crease and play it right to one of his guys. Cleared into the neutral zone. Coming up on a minute left in the Tigers' power play. Good move there from Landon Lewis to bring it in. Sharp angle thrown in front. It's loose in the crease, and before net is knocked off. Puck was kind of just sitting there before the net got knocked off.
Right by the skates of Nicholson. I don't think he knew where it was. I don't think it hit off of him. He was just driving towards the net, and if he would have seen that, it would have been an easy tap in for the Tigers.
I think there was some discussion there between JT Baker and the referee.
I think they're probably talking about intentionally pushing off the net there, but it seemed to just be like some speed going in hard on the crease. Nothing you could really do.
Very much a judgment call as whether something like that is on purpose.
We've seen the other night, there was a goal scored, I believe it was Tampa Bay, where they put one in overtime, and it counted, but the net was off. Same earlier this year with Stamkos.
Shot from the point is wide. Taken there from Landon Lewis. He had a post earlier in the first period. I'm close to making a 2-0 game at the time. He has the puck again. He'll dump it into the corner. Didn't look like Herman was expecting that one in the corner, but he ends up with it now. 14 seconds remain in the power play. Tigers might have one last opportunity with the advantage here. That puck's cleared in the neutral zone, and that'll probably just about do it. Maryville 3 for 3 on the penalty kill. Not really allowing the Tigers to do all too much on the power play. Dump in, icing waved off by the referee. Good hustle there from Bresner to chase it down, but Maryville break out in the neutral zone and go the other way.
You know, talking about that power play for the Tigers, they've had multiple opportunities on each power play. It's not like they're not putting in the work. They just aren't getting the outcome they'd like. I've loved seeing these shots from the point, something that we didn't see too much early on in the year, especially Landon Lewis, Kyle Kraft up there as well, Zagorski, Camden Axe. 4 guys that are willing to rip the puck. I like to see that. Get some men in front. They've been practicing that, obviously. JT Baker hanging out. Hopefully the Tigers can get one here.
Sednar won the defensive zone draw. Now we'll break it out the other way. That one came up, hit the net.
It was almost coming towards us.
It would have been close. It would have been very close.
I think I might have been able to reach my hand out and grab it.
I think you could have.
Hey, I used to play catcher. You know, something there.
You would have had to use a catcher's mitt.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I don't know if I bare hand that one.
Baker will take the draw for the Tigers. Unable to win it, though. It's going to be Maryville to break it out. Got 3-on-2, it looks like. Trailer JT Baker trying to get back. Looked like he did. Kind of a big hit there. Taken by Sednar before the puck's just floated toward Christopher.
It's kind of a weird play. Almost tipped in by their own defenseman, Weber. Went off of his stick, but Christopher had his head up the whole time.
I think a very evenly played game so far as we're approaching the halfway point. Just under 11 minutes remaining in the second frame. And the scoreboard reflects as well. 1-1. Offensive zone draw won by Maryville. We'll dump it around Christopher going over to his left. Hunt down by Stesiak for it being cut off in front. Now breaking out the other way. That was Weber who intercepted that pass. Puck now against the Missouri boards. Had an opportunity to try and get a shot off, and it's going to be an opportunity here for Maryville going the other way. That one goes over, and a weird bounce came back in front of Christopher. Ammo was looking for his second of the night. Dump in by the Tigers. It's going to be Locke to go after it, but not able to get his stick on it. Now puck battle in behind the net. Bring it up is Meek for the Saints. Still has possession. And still has. He's brought it all the way up. He's brought the puck 200 feet into the Tigers' zone before now eventually losing it. Seemed like no one wanted to challenge Nathan Meek for the puck there for a little bit. Played off and a big hit there in front of the bench on Locke. Had no idea that Colin Johnson was behind him. Colin Johnson, 6-foot senior. Puck still loose in the neutral zone. Amel again on the puck. He's been all over in the offensive zone for the Tigers. Couple bodies hit the ice there. Physicality is really starting to pick up here in the second period. That one's going to be a tripping call, and the Tigers probably heading to the penalty kill here.
I think they're calling it offsides on McCabe, actually.
Maybe catching a break there, if so.
You know, that's one line we haven't seen out there that much. That line that was just out there, the Locke, Salvaggi, and Trupiano line. I'm surprised they haven't had that line out there more, considering Noah Locke has been one of their highest point scorers on the year. But that line hasn't seemed to do much so far.
See if we see that more as this game goes on. Now approaches the 9-minute mark in the middle frame. Maryville's one goal scored by Con Amel on a deflection in front of Christopher. It's the only goal scored this period. Another neutral zone puck battle there, taken by Grant Henneke, and just thrown on net on Montgomery will cover.
Henneke kind of fanned on that one. But once again, him, McCabe, and Quick, I think this line's, they're going to do something here in this game. Henneke's too hard of a worker to not get rewarded at times. Ryland Quicks might be the most skilled forward on this team, and I don't think that's a shock to say. And then Miles McCabe, he's just a big fella. He goes out there and he'll throw the body, he'll get in front of the net. He does the hard work as well.
Herman wins the draw. Nicholson and Kraft, the other forwards out there for the Tigers right now. Big hit there from Zagorski. Throw him into the penalty box. It's Connor Crowley to take that hit. Breaking out are the Tigers, coming with a little bit of speed is Nicholson. That one thrown on Montgomery, blockered side. A lot of bodies together. Two hit the ice. But still loose in the Maryville end. They win the battle to the puck, but the Tigers will win the possession battle there. Trying to go the other way is time. Tyler Grau threw it on Christopher. Another relatively easy save for the Tiger goaltender.
I think the Tigers defense has done a good job of letting Christopher see pucks while also keeping them to the outside. There's only been a couple shots within the middle of the ice, and he's made the saves. Just the tip that beat him. And it was a good tip. I mean, from our vantage point, it was obvious that it was tipped. It was a beautiful goal. Nothing Christopher could really do about it.
Puck in the slot, a blocked shot there from the Tigers. That's another thing their defense has done well tonight, are the blocked shots. Another key one there on a slot shot attempt.
It's a Sansoni with that one. That was a absolutely beautiful laid down pad stack. Wonder if that's been an emphasis in practice for this Tigers team, is getting in front of shots, because like you said, it's been multiple tonight.
It has been a point of emphasis, I gotta imagine. Very pleased with how this has gone so far in this game, really, as a whole. Face-off won by JT Baker. Puck battle along the boards. Baker on the puck again. Puck battle finally now put out into the neutral zone. But it might go down for icing. We'll see, but Setnar able to chase it down. No icing there on the Tigers. Up there for a little bit momentarily. That clearing attempt blocked.
Kind of a weird play there. It looked like Meek almost gave up on it, and Setnar keeping him in here.
Maryville turnover, so the Tigers will keep possession. Setnar behind. Almost took a little 180 there. Saints able to break it out. Christopher in behind to play it.
Power play.
Yeah, it's going to be a penalty coming on the Saints. There's a big hit. Kind of just over to our left.
There was a shot after the whistle. The Tigers almost taking exception to that, but going on the power play, I don't think they're going to do too much.
You don't want to erase that doing something dumb after the whistle.
Something you don't love to see, especially when Christopher knew there was a power play coming up. He was walking to the bench already. You think you got to know that, you know, that's just a no-no in all forms of hockey, unless you're maybe playing some street hockey out there with some buddies.
Looks like Lincoln Duffy's heading to the box for Maryville, but the referees are discussing more. That's exactly how this all sorts out, but for the time being, it's going to be the Tigers going to the power play.
Did you see the hit on the initial play?
Maybe it's a 5-on-3. Right now there's 2 penalties on the scoreboard for Maryville.
Did you catch the initial play on the penalty? Because I kind of missed it.
I knew there was a big hit kind of down to our left. Which
I wonder if it was almost an interference because it was behind the whole play of the initial where the puck was.
There's only 2 Saints in their defensive end right now. It won't be a 5-on-2. But there are 5 on the ice for the Tigers.
Coach for Maryville's talking it over, and yeah, 28 and 21 will be headed to the box.
Maybe they're handing him a minor for the shot after the whistle. And
I don't think
no
that would be the
stadium
case.
mic, so we're not sure.
I don't think that would be the case. I think it would be more of a
It is indeed a 5-on-3.
might be an unsportsmanlike conduct kind of thing. Or maybe there was a second penalty taken after the initial hit. Really hard to tell, and obviously we don't have the instant replay right here available for us, so hopefully you've seen it at home and know what's going on.
Tigers 0 for 3 on the power play, but neither were a 2-man advantage. A golden opportunity to break this 1-1 tie. Just under 7 minutes remaining in the second period. That one shot wide from Bresner. Tigers will keep possession, though. A lot of open ice with a 5-on-3. Zagorski, top of the key, tried to just throw it toward the side of the net, but blocked. Tried that again, but cut off and dumped down the ice by Colin Johnson. Tried the same play twice. Johnson sniffed it out.
The energy in this arena is higher than it's been for most of the D3 games all year.
Probably got to credit the D2 team with a little bit of that extra juice. Also senior night. We'll always bring fake shot from the top from Axe. Now he will wrist it toward the shot. That one blocked by the Saints. Puck's still loose, and the Tigers will keep possession. We're under a minute remaining in the 5-on-3. Cross-ice pass. Trying to find the man in front, and nothing there, and Maryville clears it again.
Yeah, I don't think Zagorski was really going for a shot there. Almost a deflection or maybe a pass to a tip. Didn't really get all of it, and it got stopped up.
Approaching 90 seconds gone in this 5-on-3, and I don't think the Tigers have a shot on goal. That one blocked. I think Kane Whaley got his stick on it. The Tigers will keep some pressure on here. 24 seconds remaining. That one shot. That one was on goal. Puck loose behind. Now just back up to the blue line where Zagorski will take it. He'll move it toward the middle. That one blocked by the Saints, and the Tigers able to barely keep it in. Couple inches, 5 seconds remain in the 5-on-3. Zagorski throws it in, and it's on goal and in. Believe there's going to be a tip there, and it was Camden Axe in front who gets the tip, and the Tigers cash in with 2 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3.
Camden Axe, the Axe man, down in front. Typically not his wheelhouse. He's usually up high playing on the blue line with Zagorski. Got in front there and got a stick on that puck. Makes it a 2-1 hockey game for these Tigers.
I'm not sure what they're chanting, but we mentioned earlier, D2 team right behind Montgomery, and they're letting them hear it after that one. It's only 1 penalty will come off the scoreboard, but there's only 2 seconds remaining. And just like that, it is back to 5-on-5. The Tigers cash in finally on the man advantage. Not exactly sure how it's scored with the 1 being 2 remaining. It's going to be 1 for 4 or 1 for 5 technically, but either way, they got 1.
Right after the power play goal, Ben Hewerman's going to go to the box here. A big hit, laid a man out. I think they're going to call it a hit to the head.
So with 5 minutes remaining now in the second period, momentum flips to the Tigers side, and now kind of going back toward the Saints side. Saints had a couple power play opportunities in this one, but they're 0 for. The clearing attempt was blocked. Now the Tigers will clear it out. See what the Saints got on their, I believe their first power play opportunity in the middle frame. It's going to be McMillan to bring it in. He swings it all the way around Christopher before going up to the top of the key. Colin Johnson with it. Back to McMillan, now back to Johnson. Playing catch are the two. Shot on net. That one's loose and wide of Christopher. And it's going to be another, looks like a penalty coming up to the Saints. That is exactly what we got coming up. So Saints only on the man advantage for less than a minute. And we'll go back to 4-on-4.
Looked to be Sansoni that went down for the Tigers.
That was after the McMillan shot went wide and he went down. The Tigers bailed out a little bit there on the, no longer now on the disadvantage. In fact, they'll even get a power play for 42 seconds after the Herman penalty expires.
Look at you, knowing math.
Trying. It's like hockey math. It's not real math. It's like sport math. Tigers have it at top of the key. That one wide of Montgomery. Shot there from Bresner. Now puck loose behind Montgomery, swinging it around the board. That's Zagorski coming up to play it, who still has it toward the red circle. Maryville now able to get possession of it in their own zone. Look to do something good. Forecheck from Bresner, applying pressure in a puck battle. Now that forward comes in on the forecheck. They got nothing to lose, and Bresner, good opportunity. Try and steal a possession there as Maryville comes in and scores. Going the other way on the 4-on-4. And it's D'Angelo Ferrari who knocks this game at 2.
The left-handed Ferrari revved up the engine there and went wide on the defender and just got Christopher Blocker side. Just got him high up in the corner. It's a good shot by Ferrari to tie this game.
They sniped the corner right over the shoulder of Christopher. A 2-goal frame for the Maryville Saints. They battled back when they go down. Tie the game at 1, and they'll tie the game at 2 here. Carson White will get the assist on the Ferrari goal. Still at 4-on-4. There's 20 seconds remaining in the first Missouri power play. That one shot on Christopher. Not exactly the hardest shot there. Tigers breaking it out. Now 10 seconds remain in that penalty. It's Quick going after the puck. Got possession of a cross-ice pass to Pidge. Shot on goal by Montgomery and cleared out. Montgomery was down. Potential opportunity. Now it is a 5-on-4 for 40 seconds.
It's an unfortunate play there for the Tigers as Landon Lewis got upended right in front of the net. No call. He'd have been there for the rebound out on that shot if he'd have been up.
Lewis back in the defensive end to play it for the Tigers. Cross-ice pass. I don't believe Baker, and he did not get a tip on it, so it's going to go for icing.
Well, we have a quick second here. I want to shout out our PA announcer, Robert Krebel, doing a wonderful job announcing the Kansas is coming to the Tigers late January. So be around for that. Hopefully it'll come here sooner than we know it. So
I'm sure most Tigers fans remember at least the one game very well last year played between those two teams. A lot of fights happened right after the whistle, a lot of suspensions. A lot of those same players did not play in that second game. That one is just flung at the ceiling by Bresner. Hit a light, actually.
I think he was trying to break the light, trying to get something going here, just wanting to do something different. But yeah, the Kansas game coming here, that's always a big rivalry. The border war. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of bad blood already in that game. They can feel it coming.
Yeah, the rivalry stretches just beyond the two main ones in football and basketball. It stretches to every sport. We definitely saw it at the end of that game last year. That one shot on net from Baker. Met with the pad of Montgomery. All penalties expired. We're back to 5-on-5. Approaching the 2-minute mark remaining in the period. Bresner gloved it down and sent it in to the Saints end. Carson White to take it for the Saints, who chips it. Not going to find anyone there. Puck loose. Almost a really good play from Zagorski to cut that pass off. The Tigers keep possession.
That one's going to be way offside. linesman Deaver watching that one like a hawk.
Yeah, Setnar was not just feet, he was strides offside there.
Misread, not calculated.
Face-off won by the Saints. 90-second mark remaining in the middle frame. Saints take it, trying to go to that short side again on Christopher, but that one goes wide. Saints still have it. Blockers aside by Christopher. That one was almost going to go to Colin Johnson in the slot. A good stick from Missouri to keep it from reaching its destination. Now the Tigers will break out. Pitch will send it in. Not much of a fight there from Locke, who almost had another opportunity to steal a puck there. Stretch pass is chipped in by Duffy, but it's going to go all the way down for icing as Pidge takes a spill.
It was a questionable call there as Maryville Saint was upset with the referees. Looked to be number 21, Lincoln Duffy. But either way, it'll be an icing.
I think Duffy tried to chip that into himself, and he believed he beat out. The ref didn't agree. The Tigers will benefit. Now they'll have an offensive zone draw. 48 7/10 remain.
You can definitely tell both teams got some tired legs here late in the second period. Probably feeling more like jelly right now than anything. So referees trying to get it sorted out. Who's on the ice, who's not on the ice. It looks like Henneke will be coming in here for the draw.
Henneke comes in and wins it for the Tigers. The puck is loose in the skates. Now shot in front of Montgomery. Rebound loose. And a good shot opportunity there from Bresner on Montgomery. It'll come the other way with 40 seconds remaining, and center ice pass/shot will be covered by Christopher. A lot of whistles here toward the end of the second period. Offensive zone draw won by Missouri, chipping it up the boards. That's Setnar on the puck. Pass in front, unable to really settle down the dribble. Puck was on edge.
Good opportunity there by Bresner to try and settle that puck. Got somewhat of a shot off initially, and then got that rebound shot, looking for one earlier that Setnar had. One similar to that.
Both teams trading decent look opportunities here in the final minute of the frame. Trying to break this 2-2 tie. It's popped up in the air into the right corner. Hunt down by Bresner, kind of chipped it in deeper. More puck battle coming up on 10 seconds remaining. Out over center ice, got 5 on the clock. Shot is blocked. Won't even make it to Christopher. Puck's at center ice, and that'll do it for the middle frame here. Oh, a little after the whistle shoving from Setnar.
Just some big bodies clashing there at the end of the whistle. Nothing too crazy. Tigers will go into the second intermission here, 2-2.
2-2, and a goal scored for the Tigers by Camden Axe that came on a 5-on-3 power play. 2 goals for Maryville. First one scored by Colin Amel on a deflection, and then D'Angelo Ferrari beat the short side over Christopher's shoulder to get us to this 2-2 tie. Led to the middle frame. 2 teams that are playing really close are not going to want to miss the final frame here. We're back after intermission. Mr. Brightside playing here at Washington Park Ice Arena, which means it's almost time for the third period. Teams will come out on the ice. 2-2 tie, head into the final frame. Maybe final frame, we'll see. At least the third period is underway. Taken back by Maryville, still playing in the neutral zone. A lot of puck battles, a lot of neutral zone puck battles taking place all game. Tigers trying to break this one out. That was quick on it. That one just came in front of Montgomery. Puck still loose. We're going to have a whistle and a penalty.
Hooking.
Looks like that's going to go against the Saints. So 27 seconds is all it took for our first penalty into the third period. And it came off a good scoring chance for the Tigers.
That third line I've really liked all night. Quick, Hunnicky, and McCabe drawing a penalty here within the first 30 seconds. Something you like to see for the Tigers.
Last time the Tigers were on the man advantage, it was a two-man advantage. That's when Camden Axe got the then go-ahead goal to make this game 2-1. So 1 for 4 on power play opportunities are the Tigers.
Looks like number 6, Danny Leahy, is going to take the penalty.
Camden Axe lost, and there goes Christopher on a short rating to Lucas McMillan. Not the sharpest play from Camden Axe. We're just talking about was the goal scorer. That play will go offside for the Tigers. Not the prettiest start to the power play here for the Tigers, but plenty of time, 1:39 remaining in the penalty. JT Baker will take the draw for Missouri. McMillan for the Saints. McMillan will bring it back into the zone for being pushed back into the new. Puck slings around the boards.
Baker on the boards for the Tigers. Setnar helping him out.
Looks like a 3-on-1, and the Tigers are able to finally get the puck after it squirts out of that jam. Shot attempt from Bresner.
Bresner has multiple of those shots tonight where he's just coming off the right board and just trying to fire it high. Missed multiple chances, hit the side of the net earlier. You can see one coming.
Setnar had the puck. He had the first goal of the night for the Tigers.
There he goes again.
Trying to go cross ice to Setnar, not able to get really much of anything on the shot. Easy save for Montgomery. 37 remaining in the penalty.
It's a good pass there by Bresner. One of the first lateral movements we've seen out of these Tigers on the power play.
Yeah, lateral passing has not really been open there for Missouri. Tigers will probably have one last rush here. Now under 15 seconds remaining in the power play. Get it quickly over to Kyle Kraft. He'll bring it in. Kraft threw it in front and it's tipped it in. I believe that's going to go for George Nicholson. And the Tigers cash in on another man advantage and take a 3-2 lead early in the third period.
Good play there by the Tigers. Nicholson been hovering around the net all night. Finally gets one. That'll be the second power play goal of the game for the Tigers.
Man advantage has now been the difference in this game for the Tigers. Gave them the 2-1 lead, now a 3-2 lead. Maryville have gone down by a goal. They've been able to find their way back so far in this one.
Once again, a late goal on the power play, though. Took them a while, but they got it figured out.
That one shot on goal on to Christopher and a save by Amel. Kraft caught an assist on that goal from Nicholson. Offensive zone face-off won there by Henneke. Now we'll have a whistle. Looks like a holding call, maybe? Or a hand pass?
Not necessarily sure. We'll see here.
Yeah. Looks like a holding.
Leahy, the earlier offender, going back to the box. Similar things are happening on that first power play in this third period. But we see lightning strike 3 times tonight.
Well, if it is, it might come right at the end of the power plays. We've seen both power play goals come in the final seconds of those man advantages. I'm sure the Tigers would like to cash in as soon as possible. See what they're able to do. Bresner will take it. He'll throw it up top to Zagorski, quarterbacking this power play. We'll pitch and catch from Bresner and Zagorski here. Bresner now at the top. Thought about a shot. Good defensive play from Gavin Fry to kind of throw him off of maybe taking that shot. Now Zagorski will have it along the board, so let's play it down low. Puck loose in front of Montgomery and is loose again. And that cleared attempt is blocked. And it's actually going to benefit the Saints. Johnson will bring it down, but no shot opportunity. Good defensive play from Bresner back on defensive. Bresner will bring it in the slot now and blocked by Crow. Now Bresner goes crashing down. Took a hit from Colin Johnson.
Kind of a high hit. I'm surprised that wasn't called a penalty.
Tigers able to keep possession though. Job winning that battle. Now Landon Lewis is up at the top for the Tigers. Kind of going for a line change here as well. And get that second unit on. This is Lewis who has it all the way down now in front. Now threw it back in front. Kind of a weak shot. Trying to take a soft little bounce back in front of the goaltender. Not much there though. Tigers keep possession. 30 seconds remain. Looking for a tip. Nothing there.
The second unit's out there. That's the one that scored the first time.
And now it's going to be the Saints taking it the other way. Shot right into the chest of Christopher Tyler Grau. Shorthanded opportunity. 14 ticks remain in the power play.
Looks like a different unit will come onto the ice here for the Tigers. Might be trying to play for 5-on-5 and not get hemmed in their own zone here with the 14 seconds remaining in this power play. 15-16 left on the clock.
Going to take a lot to go end to end to try and score in the final ticks of this power play for the Tigers. We'll try it here. Bring it in around the boards, and Montgomery's actually going to come out and try and play this one.
It's in his skates, and he doesn't know it.
And now he just covers it up with 1 second remaining.
That was almost a tricky little play there. All caused by Montgomery. Really not his fault. But when he went to play it, hit off his stick. It kind of just deflected toward his skates, and he couldn't find it. Nicholson like almost tapped that one in.
Yeah, it was close. You know, goalie playing those pucks. They're not forwards for a reason. Not the best puck control. You never know what can happen. But the Saints, here they come in a 3-on-1. Pass back, shot wide. Good opportunity for the Saints, and Fry puts it wide. Coming back the other way is McGrath. Taken by Meek. Ended up losing it momentarily. Thrown toward Montgomery, but that puck is chopped down. Still losing to Maryville and the Saints. Try and break it out, but unable to really get clean possession of it. Sansoni had it momentarily before stripped away. That puck just comes out of the zone for the Saints. Herbert on the puck. And McGrath, one of the Tigers, in that pile fighting for the puck, and Maryville wins that battle. Up to Carson Wyatt. Racing in against Jalen Salem. Wyatt goes down. Salem stays on his feet. No call. Got flung way wide at Christopher. Shot from Rusty Hess. Kind of a whiff down there in the corner. Puck still loose, just shot wide at Christopher again. A lot of possession time for the Saints here, but haven't really been able to hit the net. And that one into the glove of Christopher.
Good glove there by Christopher. Highly needed. as the Tigers were kind of swimming around there in their own end, almost sinking.
Yeah. Take a switch in the booth now, joined by Grant Bader, team captain of this Missouri D3 team. Got to be pretty happy with how this one's gone so far, especially early here. Power play is really starting to click. Last 2 goals coming down the man advantage.
Yeah, I mean, we spent a lot of time in practice this week working on the power play, working on, where guys we want to be, who we actually want on our power play, because it changed a lot over the season. And I think we finally found a solid group that we want running it, and they've been proving it tonight, scoring a couple goals, and might be another one here. Oh.
Came loose in front of Montgomery. Has had many loose pucks loose in front that just haven't found the back of the net yet for Missouri. Backhand attempt on net, and we're going to actually have a whistle. That'll help out Maryville. They were kind of on their heels there in the defensive end. One other thing I was wondering if it was on practice agenda is the block shots, because those have been very apparent here tonight for the Tigers. They've cut down a lot of scoring opportunities for Maryville.
Yeah, I think we play a lot of disciplined hockey in our D zone. We have our forwards always ready to block shots, and everyone's ready to put their life on the line for this team. And we've got a couple guys like myself and our other captain, Charlie Walker, who put our bodies on the line for this team, and we're suffering the injuries because of it. But every guy out here is here to work hard and get in front of everything.
I'll admit, this is my first D3 game, but Ray's been here a couple times. And he was saying earlier in the first period, cleanest period he saw in that first period. Overall, it's been a very clean game. That's kind of a similar thought that you have as well.
Yeah, I think, as a season we've progressed, at the start of the year, guys, we were playing a little undisciplined, a couple game losses because of it. And, I think the guys finally got a wake-up call and started, keeping their bodies in check and not doing any of these stupid plays.
I think Christopher in net tonight's been pretty outstanding as well. Had a few double chance opportunities that found his pad. Obviously, a couple goals have been able to sneak past him, but there could have easily been a few more.
Yeah, Mikey's playing great. It's probably one of the best games I've seen him play, and I've been playing with him for 3 years now. I mean, senior night for him means a lot, and especially, so we did a moment of silence, for him before the game. His dad had tragically passed away over the summer. The moment of silence was for him, and tonight we did a little thing for him, and I think Mikey took that and ran with it.
It definitely feels like a little bit of an angel over his shoulder here tonight with some of those saves. Look to try and keep the momentum rolling, trying to get this win here on senior night. Just under 12 minutes remaining now. Got the 1-goal lead. What's the focus here to try and maintain it now? Because Maryville, they've came back and tied it both times when down 1.
You got to keep the foot on the gas.
Here we go. Got a good opportunity for Setnar, looking for his second. Unable to really get too much of an angle there. Maybe held it a little too long. A good opportunity. Try and extend the lead there. Setnar hunting his second of the night. Maryville throwing it off the pad of Christopher. I do think the D zone here in this third period has also been pretty good. They haven't allowed Maryville to really get too many good shot opportunities, a lot less than they were getting in that second frame.
Yeah, I mean, we knew before the game, watching game film and knowing a lot of our teams from St. Louis and so a lot of the Maryville guys, we grew up playing with a handful of them. I grew up playing against their goalie, Tyler Montgomery, but we knew they like to shoot the puck. They like to shoot the puck from anywhere. So we were trying to keep them outside, take away those opportunities.
Decent shot there on Christopher, but able to get that. Another big hit from Maryville, and that's also one thing that you've seen from the Saints in this game is the physicality. They've been trying to lay the hits on the Tigers, but Tigers have also responded back in their own way, the physicality department as well.
Yeah, that was another thing we knew going into this game. They like to play the body. They like to take us away from our game, make us do the stupid stuff. And I think we've been staying really disciplined and giving them their own hits back to them.
That was closing off the post, and the rebound's going to go in for Maryville. I believe Ferrari's going to get his second of the night for Maryville. Similar fashion, their first and second goals. This third one ends up tying this game up, approaching the halfway point of the third frame. It's kind of an unlucky bounce there on Christopher. Just hit the post and found stick of Ferrari with the wide open net.
Yeah, and I think that's been almost every Maryville goal tonight, barring their second one, which was just a good shot from the outside. But I mean, Mikey's been playing a fantastic game, and I think it's just those bounces, and you'd never know what to expect with some of those bounces.
Some of them go your way, some of them don't, especially you'll see bounces off the boards. And Missouri's had some good bounces, I feel like, go their way in front of Montgomery, but they just haven't been able to find the net.
Yeah, and Monty likes to, he likes to move around a lot, and we took advantage of that on a couple of goals, and we got to keep the foot on the gas here in the third.
I was gonna say, you can kind of see him coming out of position, decent amount on some of those shot opportunities. It sounds like that was a point of emphasis going into this one, is you can get him out of position, you might be able to get a decent look at a more open cage than normal.
Yeah, and he proved it, watching that first period. He gets out of his crease a lot. He likes to move around a lot, and you just got to get him moving out of position and take those shots, and that's how he scored, the majority of the goals tonight.
Kind of another close opportunity there, hasn't exactly played the puck all too well. There's been some not the cleanest plays from Montgomery behind his own net. It almost just maybe feels like a matter of time before Missouri cashes in on one of those opportunities. See, though, now under 10 minutes here in the third. Ferrari's second goal of this game tied the game up at 3. Christopher Blocker that one aside. Looks like Missouri will try to break it out here. Piana tried to throw it in front, was looking for luck, trailing just behind that one. So now that huge hit there, right in front of the Missouri bench, was Lincoln Duffy, who took a spill running into Landon Lewis. And a little back and forth battle here. Neither team really able to take too much possession. He's possession in the offensive end. It looks like Tigers will try and break it out here. Quick will tip it in. A turnover from Maryville. That puck in front. A slap shot there. Right into the chest of Montgomery. Thank Grant for joining the stream here. Really good insight into the team, and hope Missouri's able to pull this one out.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. And thank Grant Painter coming on here, giving some more insight into the team. Definitely helps me and Ray, who obviously aren't at practice every day with the team, getting some more insight on what's going on.
It was good to hear from him. Outstanding voice of the Tigers, captain, leadership for that team.
Now under 8 to go. Both teams tied at 3 and puck loose in front, but Christopher able to fight it off. Maryville now trying to take possession. Now the Tigers will try to go the other way. And bounced off the boards from Henneke. Down in front, and Montgomery, good stick there from the goaltender. Would have been a really good opportunity in front for Bresner. Got neutral zone battle, and maybe a 2-on-1 sort of developing, but not for the stick of Bresner, I believe, back in the defensive end.
There's been a back and forth battle. Setnar had a good opportunity.
That was a good forecheck there from Setnar, who sent the puck wide of Montgomery. Got the turnover. Or takeaway, excuse me.
He's done that a couple times tonight. Almost faked a hard forecheck, but still crept in and kind of stole a puck away from a couple of the defensemen in Maryville.
Maybe not expecting it, coming in slow and not trying all too hard, and then really turns on the gas right at the end and takes it away from you when you're not expecting it.
So yeah, these Maryville Saints from down on Highway 64, right off there in the West County of St. Louis. So a lot of these guys know each other. A lot of familiarity, as Grant was talking about. So I'm sure it's no surprise here. They know some tendencies that others may not.
Maryville's got a 2-on-1 good stick there from Zagorski. Puck did end up getting through, but on edge, wasn't able to really get a good shot off. Zagorski going to play it there. He'll actually fall now, and that's going to be an interference call against Danny Leahy. Delay call. Chris Farrell head to the bench.
It's going to be his third penalty of the period, not just the night.
Definitely not a good look, especially in a tie game. Approaching 6 minutes left.
He zoomed towards the box. He knew it all the way.
The Tigers' power play has been 2 for its last 3 in this game. Starting to heat up. And both goals have came very close to the end of both those power play opportunities. I'll say their last one, not the best, kind of sloppy to start off, and that kind of set the tone for the whole man advantage. Looked to be a little bit cleaner right off the rip.
Let's see if they can start something different in this power play compared to the last.
Baker cleanly wins the draw. Cross-ice pass intercepted by Maryville. That was McMillan. He had a good short-handed opportunity in the last penalty kill for the Saints. He was sent down hard into the defensive end.
Going down to a knee there. Questionable choice, but I respect it.
Zagorski sent that one in on Montgomery, and it's just to the right of him. So will it be icing? We'll come back down to the Tigers' end.
You know, when we have the headsets on, it's a little hard to hear the outside noise, but once again, this D3 game is we've had all season. 100% without a doubt. Both sides have been cheering loud for their respective teams.
It also helps having the D2 team again in the building. Might be the loudest group in the entire house, and you love to see 2 teams supporting each other, especially here on senior night. Maryville now is still on the penalty kill, able to take some offensive possession time. Not going to result in much opportunity, but it kills off that Tigers power play a little bit more and more. Zagorski able to keep it in to lineout, got it over to Bresner. Zagorski down to the corner. Setnar tried to put it in front, block, trying to keep possession of it now. Swinging around the boards to Axe. Puck is loose in front of Montgomery and just cleared out by the Saints. Again, another one of those loose pucks in front of Montgomery. The Tigers just haven't been able to get it to find the open get net. Zagorski will send it in behind Montgomery. Good play there from Colin Johnson to get back and clear it out. 30. So Herman's going to try and take it up now, a little bit more speed. Lewis is in front of the Maryville bench. And Lewis is close to an offside and won't get called. Kraft to send it down low, 5 seconds remaining. Kraft has it now, tried to send it in front, but still loose behind Montgomery. Kraft actually loses his skating. We're back to even strength 5-on-5. Kraft down low. Now in behind Montgomery, puck loose in front. No one there for the Tigers. 4 minutes remaining in the third frame. Landon Lewis going after McMillan. McMillan will go down in behind Christopher. Kraft chasing that puck down for Missouri, and he'll just clear it out. That'll go down for icing, though.
It was a good net front clear there by Landon Lewis. Getting that puck, that rebound, sitting right in front of Christopher. Got it to the boards.
Excuse me, I thought it was going to be icing. Looked like may have been tipped. That one is intercepted by Stesiak of the Saints. He'll take over off the giveaway. Puck loose in front of Christopher, goes across the blue paint. No Saint home. Tigers across center ice now. Brought in by Henneke. That was loose in front for the moment. Maintaining possessions, Gavin McGrath will throw it into the corner with quick got possession of it. He'll throw it around. Back up to the top with Zagorski. Thrown out front toward Montgomery. We get blocked though. And a huge hit at center ice. That'll be a penalty on Zagorski.
I don't think Zagorski agrees with the call, but it was a little high. Probably going to go to a hit to the head here if I had to take a guess.
I I gotta imagine the call there is due to it being kind of higher on the head area. It's Colin Amel who took the hit, slow to get up. Now getting to the bench on his own feet.
Definitely a hard hit. Zagorski launching both arms out on the play. I want to say it looked rougher than it might have been. If they give him 5 here, I wouldn't be surprised. Just with the excursion after the fact.
And it will be a 5-minute penalty to Max Zagorski.
That's a big loss late in this game.
Freshman out of Pennsylvania. And there's only 2:43 remaining in the third. So you're talking, at the very worst, the rest of the third and probably half of overtime is going to be shorthanded.
I want to say, honestly, that Zagorski might be the best player on this team this year. He's come in and stepped up in a very big role, playing top-line minutes. And, yeah, it's huge loss late in this game.
I mean, now for Maryville, you got 5 minutes of a man advantage in a 3-3 game. No power play goals tonight for the Saints.
Even if this game goes to overtime, there's still going to be a man down. We're going to play 4-on-3.
A lot of open ice there. If the Tigers can get there, and that's really all they can really try to do right now. Good start to the penalty kill, though, for the Tigers. It cleared it out. We saw a lot of this earlier when the Tigers, although now it looks like they're running a 1-1-2. Maryville chip it in. Then Caden Whaley dumping it around the boards. They'll go the other way around the boards.
Tigers got Sansoni, Kraft, Heuerman, and Bresner out there.
It's going to be Heuerman that ends up backhanding it out of the zone. Maryville try and set up. Minute and a half remaining in this third period. Tied at 3-3. Senior night here at Washington Park Ice Arena for the Tigers. It's Adrian Herbert to break it in for the Saints. Stick is up high. Could have been close to a hooking call there. Could have been catastrophic for the Tigers, but we'll play on. As Nicholson was close. Herbert now will dump it back around. We're back at the top, now down for Colin Johnson. Tries to get it down low, intercepted there by Sansoni, but unable to clear.
50 seconds left in the game.
Still playing pitch and catch at the top. Nothing opening down low so far for the Saints on the power play. Trying to go short side on Christopher. No good. 35 seconds remaining. Saints applying pressure here. Shot on goal, saved by Christopher. No rebound from the senior goaltender, and a big soak up there.
Once again, Amel right in front of that net. Going for a tip, but once again, the senior, Michael Christopher, shutting the door.
28 seconds, 4 ticks remaining in this third period. Again, 2:46 total remaining on the penalty. Zagorski major. Meek will have it at the top. Down to Whaley, who takes it back now. Meek again. Down low, shot toward Christopher wide. Loose around and it's cleared up down the boards, but able to get past Whaley. He still has it, makes a couple stick moves. Throws it up to Meek at the top. Unable to get much on it, a weak shot. Taking it down behind Christopher with 3 seconds remaining. Coming down to 2 seconds and 1, and we're going to head to overtime here at senior night at Washington Park Ice Arena. 2 minutes and 17 total remaining in the penalty.
This will be an interesting overtime period here, as the Tigers are going to be without. I think the most interesting part, though, is the fact that they're perfect on the penalty kill. There's going to be a lot more ice, though, in this overtime period than there is on a normal penalty kill in the 5-on-4. So we'll see what the Saints and Tigers do with it.
At least like Missouri hopes to hold on into this one, barring a shorthanded goal. They're going to need to be perfect on the penalty kill to try and squeak a win out here in overtime. Again, 5-minute overtime. It's almost half of overtime they're going to have to kill off before getting back to even strength.
And fans, you want to stay tuned. This is our last game of the year. Not of the season, but of the year, of the calendar 2025 year. We want to say thank you to everyone that's tuned in and everybody that is, even if it was just for this game or if it's going to be the next, we just want to say thank you so much and come with us into 2026 as we'll all be here. Myself, Ray Dickerson III, Michael Totis, Ian Paparocki, Robert Krebel on PA. Yeah, we didn't even mention that. Give a thank you to our producer and who's great on the computer and even better on the mic, Ian Paparocki. He's done an outstanding job today.
Fantastic job, as always.
We've done some more replays than normal, getting some different things in, trying new things out this year as the Tigers go into 4-on-3 overtime.
Ice is going to be a lot more open here for both teams. Got Bresner on the forecheck. Got Landon Lewis. Looks like Chris Pidge back on the ice for the Tigers here. Not much there, opening up for Ferrari, who's hunting the hat trick, has 2 already. Tigers doing a really good job shrinking these passing lanes in a 4-on-3. Pidge will not get loose, and Bresner will take it out of the zone. Looks like they're going to try and push here. Throw it on goal toward Montgomery, see if he can get a rebound. Montgomery soaks it up.
That was an interesting first group they threw out there with Bresner, and he's, one of the best two-way forwards, probably the best forward they've had all year. And then you have the 2 defensive defensemen and Kraft and Pidge there, the senior as well, getting the nod for the first shift of overtime.
Ben Herman will hop on. He ended up losing that draw. Camden X and Zach Sansoni on now for Missouri.
Don't be surprised if Huerman gets away on one here, if he starts sneaking up and finds himself on a breakaway. Guy's like a water bug. You don't realize him out there sometimes, then he takes off on you.
Shot from the top on Christopher, good save. The Tigers take possession, chip it into the neutral zone, at least get it out. Maybe we're looking to try and push it, but nothing really developing there. 60 seconds remaining in the Zagorski Major. Puck battle in the corner. Sansoni trying to get possession, unable to. Back up top to Whaley and soaked up by Christopher.
Once again, you see the Tigers skaters trying to get in front of those shots as Huerman went down for that one, but Christopher had it squared up right into the stomach.
Maryville is going to use their timeout here. Got 46 seconds remaining in their man advantage here in overtime.
I don't blame them because the Tigers are already getting a line change anyways, so there's no point in keeping legs out there that are going to be fresh. Little switch up of pace here. Coach maybe trying to go over something with his boys here for the Maryville Saints.
Definitely trying to draw up a play here. Again, knowing how big having a 5-minute man advantage is in a tie game. Could have won it maybe in regulation if you're able to score on it. At least heading into overtime, you're going to have half the period with the man advantage. If you're not able to score there, Missouri's able to kill this off. It really feels like the momentum swings in the Tigers' way for what's left in overtime.
Looks like we're going to have Pidge, Kraft, and Setnar going, or Lewis, and Setnar going out here for the last 45 seconds of this penalty.
Colin Amel, big face-off win for the Saints. Alan Johnson trying to chip it down low, was looking for Adrian Herbert, but ended up chipping it high and wide. 30 seconds remaining in the penalty. Johnson cross-ice pass finds Herbert, weak shot wide of Christopher. Johnson will play it down low to Herbert. Pressure there from Landon Lewis on the puck. Able to get it back up top, though. Little behind the back pass in front of Christopher. Backhand, and it's in. Colin Amel wins the game for the Maryville Saints on a backhand right in front of Christopher. And the Tigers will drop this one 4-3 on senior night.
Not the ending the Tigers wanted, but it was a hard-fought game, and all comes down to a 5-minute major.
We figured it was going to be probably the biggest moment in the game, taking a 5-minute major with that little remaining in the game, and Maryville took it down to the wire. There was only 7 seconds remaining in the penalty, and they ended up cashing it right at the end and get the game winner.
I will say, though, for the Tigers, this has been one heck of a game, especially compared to even just 3 weeks ago. A total flip in teams. And they played a good Maryville team here today, coming into this game with 4 in a row wins. Now make it 5. You can't be upset if you're the Tigers. This is a loss you take with you for the rest of the season. It may not feel great right now, but it's something you can build on. This is a good outlook. Unfortunately, we won't see them here anymore in the Washington Park Ice Arena. But this Tigers team has definitely found something. They're going to roll.
They mentioned how clean the game was for the most part. Again, obviously, you can point to the 5-minute misconduct. Obviously, not the cleanest play from Missouri's side. But really, outside of that, it felt like a clean game. We're making too many stupid plays to kind of free up Maryville and give them some momentum. So you do take, even though you got the loss, you take the good stuff with you heading into the rest of the season. And it definitely does sting to play what the Tigers probably felt like a good enough game to get the win here and end up not getting it.
Now, once again, like I said, not the outcome, but hopefully this Tigers team and the seniors can take this night and move on for the rest of the season and hopefully get some wins. And from here on out, it'll be D2. Well, I guess next time we'll see you is sometime in January. I think it'll be mid-January, around the 16th, 17th. But who knows? We might have a special surprise before then. You're just going to have to stay tuned and stay in tap with the Missouri Hockey, the YouTube channel #1, and then any other social media #2. But if you haven't hit subscribe, hit subscribe. We'll be back in January. Michael, if you want to end us out here.
Yeah, definitely take a follow to all the social media for the club hockey team, bringing you content, even when games aren't being played. But if we don't see you till January, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year as well, and we'll be back bigger, better, hopefully better. I think we'll be better in the new year.
We should be better.
Hopefully, making a New Year's resolution, we'll be better in the new year any way possible. But for myself, Michael Totis, alongside Ray Dickerson, third again, Tigers drop senior night here to Maryville in overtime, score of 4-3, but that'll do it for us. Have a safe night, everybody, and thank you for tuning in.